Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to your February 2024 horoscope. If you are new here, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. And thank you for joining me today. So, here today, I'm going to explore the energies of the upcoming month. And I'll tell you how they will influence your zodiac sign, more specifically your ascendant sign on a deeper level. This horoscope is most accurate for your rising sign. However, you can also watch it for your moon sign or your sun sign if you wish, just to get a bigger picture, wider perspective upon your very near future. Right, so I follow Western Astrology Tropical Zodiac. Welcome. This is a really important month for you, dear Aquarius, because there is a lot happening in your sign, a lot of transformative energy. So if you have any important placements in those initial degrees, especially the 0, the first degree of Aquarius, then this will be a month of some big decisions and some transformative experiences as well. Right. So first of all, with that first house influence, this is where your identity, self-expression, personal growth are really, really highly emphasized. And with such strong focus upon this area of your life, you might be experiencing some significant developments and changes as well. All right, so you might have this really, really strong urge to redefine yourself and your sense of identity. You might be changing your appearance and getting a very fresh and new haircut, or generally changes to your style could be very much the case. You might have this inner urge for a change when it comes to the self. Now, at the same time, this is also connected to your personal beliefs, to your values, of course, your appearance, as I mentioned. So, generally, there's this increased self awareness and introspection in place. And at the same time, this is also when you will be feeling strong and most likely self-empowered, depending what else is going on in your chart, of course. But this is also when you might have to confront some fears, some limitations that are holding you back from fully expressing yourself in this beautiful world. All right, so here, generally on the 4th, 5th of the month, the Mercury will move into Aquarius. So you will see that you will generally feel more alive this month because all the personal planets are leaving, departing from your area of the 12th house. The sun is already in your first house with Pluto, but also Mercury, Venus, and Mars will gradually also move into your first house, starting from Mercury on the 4th, 5th. As soon as Mercury comes here, it will conjunct Pluto. It will conjunct Pluto in Aquarius. This can mean that generally, well, self-expression will come much easier, but especially in that initial phase of February, you'll be a very intense, or you'll come across as someone who is very intense, an intense communicator. So choose your words wisely because they will have a very strong effect upon others. Now, if you're going to present a new work, have an interview, you can really make it very, very special and powerful to your benefit, but also as long as you use this energy wisely and responsibly, because generally here this month, you will want to understand your motivations, your desires around personal power, around your identity, around your self-expression. So you might have this really strong urge to communicate your ideas, to communicate your opinions with others. It's an opportunity for personal growth, empowerment, as long as you stay open to the lessons and insights that emerge around this month. Now, here on the 9th, we've got a new moon in Aquarius happening at 20 degrees. Some new beginnings are on the horizon for you, and that's on the 9th, 20 degrees. So overall, the first decent fruits of the seeds that you plant around this new moon will be visible and noticeable around November 2024 during the first quarter moon. So yes, this could be about this point about you wanting to set some new goals, intentions, hopes, desires for the future, something fresh, new, different. and maybe a little bit eccentric as well. Now, this new moon will square Uranus in Taurus in your fourth house. Now, what does it mean? Well, it means that there could be some unexpected changes or perhaps even a shakeup happening in your personal life. And anything to do with your sense of identity as well. You might feel restless at this time. You might feel a little bit rebellious as well. Perhaps this is a time when you will be implementing new ways to express your own individuality. Perhaps you're breaking away from any limiting beliefs, patterns that are holding you back. And this might not agree with perhaps people around you, or some family members might not generally agree with the decisions that you want to make, or perhaps if you're going to be announcing. So there is a little bit of disruption coming from the home sphere, and it might be that as you create your own reality in this new phase of life, perhaps some people in your life will need some time to adjust to the new you that is emerging through all these important transits taking place, because you will be seeking a greater independence, you will be seeking more freedom, and perhaps it's not everyone will be happy with this. So I think it's all about finding this healthy balance, but also this is when perhaps you'll have to be more flexible, adaptable, because things might not always go your way. There could be unexpected changes, change of direction. So it's all about implementing or incorporating this flexible approach, and perhaps be open to things not always be as you have hoped or planned. And it's all about standing your ground and being present and centered as well. Now, on the 13th, 14th, Mars will move into Aquarius, and it will stay here until the second part of March. As soon as Mars comes here, and remember that with Mars in the first house, you regain the energy that you may have lacked or motivation in those weeks of January when Mars was in the 12th house. Here with Mars in the first house, there's a forward momentum, things move forward at a fast pace. And it's when you will feel this or experience this great or strong sense of ambition, of drive, courage as well. And there is this amazing opportunity for some powerful growth, transformation, personal development. So here with Mars and Pluto conjunction around the 13th, 14th, you might have to confront some, perhaps some limiting beliefs, or some limitations, insecurities, anything that generally, or energies even, people that are holding you back from expressing your true self, from being your authentic self. And perhaps you will have to incorporate a more courageous and confident approach of your into your life, in your life at this point as well. So yes, so generally here you can implement long-lasting changes. However, this will also require a little bit of patience, and perhaps that understanding that if you follow your own path and make your own decisions, not everyone will be on the same page. So it's essential to be open-minded as well during these major conjunction as well in your first house. Now on the 16th, we've got Venus moving into your first house, into Aquarius, and here Venus will remain till the end of the month. This is great because with Venus in the first house, we attract positive opportunities, energies. We feel good within ourselves. And if we don't, we want to change that in order to feel better and more confident. And we just want to be at peace with the world, with others. Now, we will have this Venus and Pluto conjunction as well as soon as Venus comes here. So what this means is that this, with so much here influence now at this point when Venus moves here in your first house, you might have these really intense emotions, and perhaps even that strong need for a personal transformation. You could be redefining your personal values, your priorities, Perhaps you'll be deepening your connection with some meaningful people in your life. Perhaps you will be establishing new connections as well with so much energetical focus in this area of life. So overall, this is a time of a profound shift in your personal life, in your relationships as well. So it's all about also breaking away at this point from any limiting beliefs, patterns that are keeping you stuck, that are not allowing you to be your true self, because you've got a lovely conjunction happening here as well in your first house on the 22nd. And this is when the Venus and Mars will align together. It's going to be a really interesting time connected to new opportunities to meet like-minded people, to express yourself really authentically, to be your authentic self. So it's a time of some intense passion, creativity that you might experience as well, that need for self-expression as well, personal growth, empowerment is so highlighted here. Now, on the 19th, the North Node and Chiron will meet in Aries at 16 degrees. So generally, this conjunction will already be initiated, and it will be it will begin around the 11th of the month. And here, the North Node and Chiron will reach the same minute on the 19th. So it's the exact conjunction. It's on the 19th, but the influence will last throughout the whole of February into March. The North Node is about the unknown, the unexplored, and the South Node is, sorry, the Chiron is the asteroid connected to our wounds, traumas, but also there's an opportunity for healing whenever Chiron is involved in conjunctions, sextiles, trines, or even squares. But in that case scenario, it will require much more effort. And here with the conjunction with the North Node, this is about generally healing. In your case scenario, this is your area of communication, your intellect, your mind, siblings as well, next of kin. So there is something that you need to heal in order for you to move forward, to make better progress in your life as we approach the North Node Aries eclipse in April. So here with what is this about? This is generally when you might have this really strong need, urge to speak your truth, to assert your individuality. And perhaps you may have to confront some wounds, traumas from the past, anything to do with communication, perhaps that it could be related to communication style, to your mental health, to your thinking process, or to your relationship with your siblings next of kin, for example. But there is this really strong and powerful opportunity for growth, for personal growth. But perhaps you'll first have to confront some of those memories or difficult emotions to move away, to break away from this negative cycle. And this can lead to a sense of self-empowerment as you move away from these limiting beliefs and negative thinking patterns as well. And this will generally help you to express yourself more freely, more authentically, and to form better connections with other people. You could be involved in a healing, some kind of healing retreat, workshop, self-help, self-study books, watching webinars that will be of a healing nature, whatever it is that could help you to heal your communication style, your mental health, and that ability to connect with others on a deeper level. And perhaps this is also when you will come across someone who will have a very healing effect upon you, a healer, a mentor, a friend, a connection, and an acquaintance. Now we end the month with a full moon in Virgo. Full moon in Virgo in your 8th house. The 8th house deals with very deep and transformative emotions. As you can see, as you approach the end of the month, you will be generally doing a lot of healing, and it's all about personal transformation as well. And with the full moon in the 8th house at 5 degrees of Virgo, this full moon connects to a cycle from August 2022. So see whether you can connect a story from that period in time to this particular full moon. Now, this is generally connected to perhaps reinventing oneself, healing of any deeply rooted feelings, emotions. You could be also um, dealing with some financial payouts, transactions, taxes, insurance payouts, for example, this sort of things. But here we've got this opposition to Saturn, Mercury, and the Sun, of course, in the second house. And this could indicate that this might be a time of tension, challenges when it comes to your financial situation, your resources. So you might be feeling a sense of restriction or limitation. So here that's Saturnian energy in your second house. When it comes to your material affairs, you might be facing some obstacles or perhaps even delays in achieving your financial goals. Here, this is a time when you will have to be more self-disciplined as you seek to overcome any challenges and obstacles that come your way around this time. This is also about setting a solid foundation for your financial future. So there is something that is blocking that ability for you to feel to be financially successful in some way. Or perhaps if this is about some limiting beliefs or a disbelief in oneself, this full moon will bring it into light. It's essential to work on whatever there is that needs to be overcome. And it's essential also to be mindful of any tendencies towards pessimism or negative thinking, because you will have the eclipses here, especially next year, that will activate these areas of life. We've got one in Pisces in September. So here with Virgo, this Virgo full moon, it's essential to generally work on whatever energies that show up and come up around this time, especially connected to that, to your finances, investments, mortgage, loans, debt, savings. But we will explore it further closer to the date. In the meantime, have a good month, and until the next time, bye for now.